Hello and welcome to the Pet Toon Channel. Today we've got a great show, but it's the next show that I want to talk about. I have a secret. It's a secret that I've been harbouring for quite some months, but I'm ready to tell it because we're ready to go. Now, for a few months I've been working with Boyd Electronics, and Boyd Electronics approached me several months ago and said, Johnny, we want to develop a fully integrated robotic Pet Toon Channel host. At first I was taken aback. I said, you want to produce a robotic Pet Toon Channel host? And they said yes. I said, well, I'll never stand in the way of science. If you want to have a crack, you can have a go at it. So we have been working in conjunction with Boyd Electronics to produce a robotic Pet Toon host. And he, I call him he, but it's an it, I suppose, he will be taking over the full hosting duties of the Pet Toon Channel tomorrow. So it's going to be an amazing show. We've lived and breathed with this creature for the last few months. We've tried him out. There's been a few failures, lots of successes, and here are just a few little snippets of what we've been putting that robot through in the last 4 months to prepare for hosting the Pet Toon Channel.
Now, it's very important that PT100 is completely reliable in any situation. Here, PT100 is gently urged to harm a pet. A robot pet, really, but a pet nevertheless. It's great to know PT100 would never harm an animal.
And here they are trying to emulate all my facial functions just to get it right. My eyes, my mouth, all that sort of thing. They're even doing the voice, and by jinkos, I've heard it and it's pretty much like me, I reckon. Have a look at this.
With outstanding realism, the crew has completely captured my every move.
Well, what about that? And here's PT100 nearing completion.
We keep him in a garden shed out the back. He's sensational, isn't he? Of course, PT100 will have my face, and he has captured every move I make. It's perfection, really. Isn't science wonderful?
So that is the biggest news that I've ever put forward. It's even bigger than the Royal Connection and the Royal Pet Toons we did a few weeks back. I think it's even bigger than that. There's going to be international press looking at this very, very closely, and I'm looking forward to it, watching from the sidelines. So don't miss the next episode when you see Johnny Phillips in his robot form presenting the Pet Toon Channel. Well, after all that excitement, we've still got a Pet Toon to do. This one is about Myrtle, and And Myrtle is a long-necked tortoise. In Australia here, they're native, and they're quite popular as pets. And the client had Myrtle for about 12 years, and Myrtle would live under the veranda, and there was a fish pond nearby, and Myrtle would go for a swim every day, but at night time he'd go back under the veranda. And the client's family, they would find him stuff to eat, but he would normally fend for himself. But one thing they did give him was Heinz spaghetti. Now, they would just dangle a long strand of spaghetti in front of his face, and Myrtle would size it up and then just start eating it. Now, the family thought that was hilarious and wanted it captured on a Pet Toon, and here it is. Here's Myrtle's Pet Toon.
Down the toilet and then running away to happily ever after. We faked it. We acted as if we had a sudden change of heart in regard to our treatment. We began talking about how grateful we were to be on such wonderful medications to help us with our afflictions. Oh, what a marvelous time to...
Well, after all that, that's Myrtle's Pet Toon. Now, they call it Myrtle to rhyme with turtle, but it's really a tortoise and doesn't sort of have the same sort of ring to it, so it's Myrtle the turtle. I hope they're happy with it and they enjoy the Pet Toon. Now, don't forget that tomorrow's show, or the next day's show, whenever the hell it is, it's going to be hosted by a $1 million robot that has been developed on my image, and it's going to be hosting the Pet Toon Channel show, the whole thing from start to finish. We hope it goes well. Don't miss it. It's one of the biggest days in Pet Toon Channel history, even bigger than the Royal Connection we had a couple of weeks ago. So don't miss that. Now, also, it's getting near the end of March. I think it is the end of March, almost. We had our 1 million subscribers drive during March, and by golly, we almost got there. To those who subscribed, thank you very much for doing that. As I said, we almost got there, and it's been great fun. We'll do something for April that'll keep you all occupied, I'm sure. But until then, it's goodbye from me here at the Pet Toon Channel. Now, don't forget about the next show, the Robot Show. And I'll see you again then. Bye-bye.